Is there a cure for MS? Yes, I believe that there is. I'm going to tell you all about it in this video. If you don't believe in regenerative medicine and you are not open to the idea, you don't have to watch this video. You don't have to agree. If you do, and you are interested, and whatever your opinion is, comment. I'm really interested. Let's get a debate going. Before we go into the video, I need you to subscribe. You want to subscribe. You want to be one of my subscribers. So go down there now and subscribe. You just click the button down there. Where do I start? Well, I start with, this is Girl Got Style. This is my channel. I'm Jewel Stokes, and this is just my opinion. I've been doing research into multiple sclerosis and if there's any cure for multiple sclerosis, because unfortunately I have MS and it has been making my life a little bit difficult. I've not been able to do the things that I want. I love doing acting. I love singing. It's made my life quite difficult and I've not been able to do the jobs that I've wanted to do. I mean, it's heartbreaking that when I've worked really hard to be an actor, that people ring up and ask me to do a job and I can't do it because I'm struggling with my mobility. Okay, so let's talk about MS and the cure. I really think we're being played, guys. I'm sorry. I know everyone's like, oh no, there is no cure. Well, that's what the drug companies tell us. It's not in their interest though, is it? They're making a lot of money out of our misery. They're making a lot of money out of telling everybody that there's not a cure for multiple sclerosis because, well, if there was a cure for multiple sclerosis, hypothetically, let's say there is, well, they're going to lose a lot of money. Their stocks on the stock exchange are going to go, they're going to plummet. So it's not good for them. And all the doctors, without dissing anybody, I mean, it says in The Guardian that the doctors at the NHS, they rely on their commission that they get. Then, you know, some consultants get up to 100,000. I'll put these links in below or post some on this video. I mean, it's not what I'm saying, it's what The Guardian's saying. And I believe it's even worse in America because that's how they make their money from administrating drugs. It's part of how they do it. So that's a conflict of interest. I'm sorry, but that is a conflict of interest. I mean, I know doctors have to make money and they have to live, but they shouldn't be getting paid to administer drugs. I don't think that's very good because there's always, if you're going to earn money out of administrating drugs, well, you're a drug dealer, aren't you? Sorry, but you might as well just be dealing coke. Sorry, but I'm just going to put it out there. Anyway, so talk about multiple sclerosis and what I believe is the cure. I believe it's umbilical cord stem cells. I have been looking into this since I had a really bad relapse, which was in about 2015, where I was left paralysed for about 6 months. So I started to like Google all the time and have a look and find things. And then I found a man in America called Sam Harrell, and he said, you know, on the videos that he'd been to Panama to the Stem Cell Institute in Panama, and he'd had umbilical cord stem cells.
He's won 3 state titles at Ennis, but his biggest victory is off the field, overcoming multiple sclerosis. Sam Harrell is back as head coach for the Lions.
Keep your poise in big games.
In the anxious moments before a high school football season begins.
And it's still a game, guys. It's a game.
The calming voice of a man who has overcome an almost unbearable amount of adversity.
Enjoy the atmosphere. It's going to be a great atmosphere.
1, 2, 3.
It's like going back in time as Sam Harrell leads the Ennis Lions out of the locker room and on to the field.
Let's go! Lions are decked out in solid maroon.
Pretty dead, isn't it?
Sam starting his 17th season as the Ennis head coach, but first since 2009 when multiple sclerosis forced him to retire.
And so I was pretty low and my hope meter was low. I literally had no hope.
Eventually, he also lost his ability to walk. But successful stem cell treatments in a foreign country have given Sam a familiar feeling again.
Get in your spots now, get in your spots. I have to pinch myself every morning and think I'm going to jump up and put my tennis shoes on and slip my shorts on. And when I used to, knew I wasn't going to do that and thought I never would do it again. So every day I come to work thinking, man, you're the luckiest guy in the world.
A little bit peeved with my doctor saying, no, it's only anecdotal. And I do respect that doctor. I absolutely love that doctor. I love that man. I won't say his name, but I love that man. So he knows who he is. And he said, it's anecdotal. So when I got in the car, I was getting a bit annoyed. And my partner, he said, well, I'm going to ring the doctor up. So we rang him up in America and rang his secretary in the school where he works at Ennis High School. And he rang him up, Sam. And Sam emailed me and got in touch with me and replied via email. And I've still got all his emails. And basically, he told me the whole story. He told me how his community had clubbed together, and he actually went 5 times. I believe 5 times. I have to go back to the emails to double read them all. But he went 5 times to Panama Stem Cell Institute, and the first 2 times it didn't work. He had bone marrow stem cells, and it didn't work. But then the last 3 times he went, he had umbilical cord stem cells, each time from 2 donors. And it got better and better and better. And then, basically, he said he'd had 5 years where he'd been walking, he'd been back working again. He'd been living his life and everything's fantastic. Well, I lost touch with him. And then recently, I went online and unfortunately, it's like 10 years later. Not since when I spoke to him, but since he had the treatment, it's like over 10 years now. He got 8 or 9 years where he was in really good health, where he had no MS symptoms. He went from being quite spasticated and really struggling and not being able to walk unless he had an assistant, to being able to walk 5 miles a day. That's what he told me in the email. He could walk 5 miles a day. And there is videos to prove how he was doing better. He even went to court in Texas to testify the benefits of stem cells and umbilical cord stem cells.
Chair calls Sam Harrell. Can you please state your name, who you represent, your position on the bill?
Chairman, my name is Sam Harrell. I'm from Ennis, Texas. I represent myself, and I'm here in favor of House Bill 810. I'm just a football coach, that's all I am. That's all I've ever been.
Nothing easy about that.
Nothing easy, but that's all I've ever wanted to do, and I love what I do, and I'm doing what I love. So I feel like the luckiest guy in the world. But I'd done that all my life, and I was head coach at Ennis, Texas, and everything was going great, and I had all these big plans and dreams. And in 2005, I was diagnosed with MS. And at first, it didn't really show up much, and so my wife and I, we didn't tell a lot of people. But from 2005 to 2009, I had gone where you couldn't even notice anything, to where I was coaching out of a golf cart and couldn't stand up, couldn't walk on my own. And so in 2009, I had retired from coaching, and then in 2010, I had retired from education completely. Not because I wanted to, but because of the MS. And during that time, I was going and seeing the best doctors, and I just think they're great guys, and their heart's in the right place in Dallas, and they had me on EMS meds, and obviously not much was helping, and then that's what they told you about the meds, that they weren't going to get you better. That's what will they get you better? I said, no, we just hope it slows it down. Well, from 2005 to 2009, I went from coaching and walking and working out in the sun to not being able to walk and sitting at home using a walker every day. And so that slowdown process wasn't very slow in my mind. And so, fortunately, and it was through Preston, a friend of mine told me about Preston Walker. Had gone to Central America and gotten stem cells. So one thing led to another, and fortunately, in 2010, I found myself in Panama getting stem cells, and And I just fast forward to 2014. In 2014, I was doing so well again that I said, I think I can coach again. And so I started coaching again in 2014 at Fort Worth Christian High School, and I've been doing that for the last 3 years. And now I get up every day and throw on my shorts and throw on my tennis shoes and move again and I never dreamed I'd do that. And it's all because of adult stem cells in Panama. And I'm just so thankful for that, and that's why I'm for this bill, House Bill 810. I appreciate your time so much.
I can put lots of these clips in. I'll try and make this video because it's so useful, this information. And again, if people don't want to believe it, they don't want to believe it. This is only stuff that I've done. I'll put information about the trials in China that they did. And then I met another doctor who sort of works all over the world in lots of different places. Called Dr. Bill. And I don't know if anyone's met him, but he was also really interested in stem cells. And he was telling me quite a lot of things. He told me that the NHS is run by the pharmaceutical companies, and he believed that's one of the reasons why a lot of these treatments are not getting out and being kept back. He said that they've been doing trials in Iran, in Israel, in India, in all over the world, basically. I mean, we're like, well, I'd say we're behind, but they're doing it in the UK. They're just not telling us. I found a charity called the Anthony Nolan Charity, which is only 2 miles over there where I live, 2 miles away where they're based, in Hampstead Hospital, in the Royal Hospital there. And can't remember what the name of it is, Royal something. Anyway, they're doing stem cells, an umbilical cord stem cells from 2 donors. So there's a link there on people with leukemia, and they're still doing bone marrow as well. And then I told my friend about it, and she said, oh yeah, my daughter's donated bone marrow stem cells to Anthony Nolan Charity. So this is not a new thing, because we're being told all the time that there is no cure for MS. Okay, I don't think at the Anthony Nolan Centre, I'm going to ring them up, but I don't think they're doing anything for MS. But if they can cure leukemia, well, they can definitely cure MS, because, I mean, that's a blood cancer. I mean, that's really, I'm sorry, I think we're being played. I do, I think we're being played. And I don't take the MS drugs. That was my choice. I took the steroids, and that was my worst decision I've ever done in my life, when I took the steroids after I had a relapse last year. I mean, my hair fell out. I mean, it was right down my back. And it wasn't just the fact my hair fell out. That was a bit of a shock. It's the fact that it didn't really help. I think it was a waste of time. I've just had another mini little relapse. It wasn't as bad as the one I had last year, fair enough. But bounced back within a few weeks. I mean, I don't really think you need steroids. I think instead this time I just went swimming at the baths. And fortunately, because I go to a really nice private pool, and it's really quite nice, it's quite posh, belongs to Cat Stevens. Yeah, absolutely belongs to Cat Stevens. I don't think I'm supposed to tell people that, but name drop, just pick the name back off the floor. Yeah, I always name drop in London because I'm just surrounded with celebrities. Every time we go out, I meet celebrities and see celebrities. Anyway, let's not get into the name dropping anymore. But, well, yeah, they've been helping me in and out of the pool, and I've just been swimming and back on my feet again. Yeah, I'm not, the MS is not curing itself, unfortunately. I'm eating really healthy. Again, it's helpful, it's beneficial. I did some acupuncture for a while. I mean, it's all these things that are supposed to help, and they do help. But I think the cure is umbilical cord stem cells. That's what I truly believe. And I really wish I could get the treatment. And I was saving up, and then lots of things happened, and then, it's made it quite difficult. And I suppose even myself, do I really want to spend 30 grand on going why should I spend 30 grand? It should be available on the NHS. I mean, with all due respect, I worked really hard. When I left school, I gave the first 10 years of my life, I slogged my guts out and gave the best years of my life to this country. So I'm sorry, I don't really see why I can't have it on the NHS. I think we're being played. I think there is a cure. I mean, I'm not taking any of their bullshit drugs. I'm sorry, if people are into it, I know some people have a really good result from Ocrevus, but then, according to the reviews, there's more that are saying they're having a worse result. And I'm not prepared to take Russian roulette with my life. And with the thing is, with umbilical cord stem cells, there isn't any side effects. There's very rare side effects. According to the Anthony Nolan charity, they're talking about this graft versus host disease. But that's more, that I don't think that happens with umbilical cord stem cells. Not according to the doctors that I've spoke to who are doing stem cell treatments. So that's kind of a bit of a misnomer as well. Again, we're being played. Sorry, we're being played. Right, so comment down there, subscribe. Let's get a conversation going. Why don't they do a test on 100 people? Why doesn't the NHS just test it out? I'll be the first in line. I think it works. I'll have a go. I'll do it. I think it works. So I'll be the first person because I absolutely believe that this works. Right, so okay, for now, I'm going to go and thank you for watching. And I love doing these vlogs. It's just quite hard doing them all the time because I am a bit of a princess. I've been in a few reality TV shows. I've been in Bollywood dramas. I've been in some British dramas as well. And I'm used to everything being done. So having to do it all and do the lighting and getting the camera sorted and all these things and doing the sound, as you can hear the chairs squeaking, I'm not used to all this. I like someone else to do it all for me, and I just sit there and have to make sure my nails are painted, which they're not right now. So you'll just have to bear with me. Hopefully I'll get a team together and be able to make a lot more videos. So for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. I got style, you got style, girl got style. Signing out. I love you guys. Love you so much.